we are the world. Look at music, look at art, look at fashion, look at everything. We all know this too. Everybody knows it. But I think it's more of an envy and a jealousy thing more than anything else. My name is Shea Guerrero. I'm from Floral Park, Long Island, and I'm 24 years old. I was born in Queens, Jamaica, Queens, with my mother, my father, and my 2 older sisters. It was like a regular family life. Like, my father's from DR, so he has that influence on us, and then my mother's from Florida. And then my older sisters were just very, I don't know, like just the big older sisters that was always there for me. They brought me everywhere. We moved out of Queens to Floral Park after my mom passed. The reason why we moved to Floral Park, Long Island was because my dad works there. So we moved into a little apartment over there. We were living there rent-free for a couple years, just because, you know, it was hard for us at the time. My mom passed away when I was 3, so that has a lot to do with why I even got into art. I was very lonely when I was younger. Like, I'm gonna just get to the point. I was very lonely when I was younger. My oldest sister, had a baby when she was 18, I think. And then my other sister was just out doing whatever she was doing, being, you know, a kid. So I grew up really into toys and like cartoons and drawing and doodling. I used to play with pens by myself and like make characters out of that shit. So I was like always weird from the jump. My artist name is Abnormallyus, which means like kind of like, the way I put it is it's people being different, but I'm kind of like a part of every person I know. Cause like from a very young age, I took in experiences from other people just because I didn't have much guidance as a child. Reason being, my father was an alcoholic, still kind of is. I don't want to, you know, he's doing way better now. But from as young as I can remember, he was, you know, falling out, getting drunk, couldn't really communicate with me to the best ability that he could. So, yeah. So like I said, like everything that I've experienced, I kind of take a piece of who I encounter. So my name is Abnormally Us because I'm a part of everybody and everyone is a part of me, kind of thing. I always felt different than everybody I was ever around, especially when I moved to the suburbs. Like when I tell you pre-K, I experienced colorism. I experienced racism for the first time. I was in an auditorium, like trying to watch a play, and this white boy was like pushing my arm off the stand, like, you can't put your black hand here. You're dirty. And I'm just like crying because I'm just like, what's wrong with me? Like, I'm damn near 4 or 5, don't know what the hell's going on. So like I always felt mad different from jump. And I used to go home, my dad is like a couple shades lighter than me. And I would just be like, Dad, why are you light and I'm dark? And he'd just be like, we're all the same. You know, he's a sweet man. So he just tried to instill that in me. Like, we're the same. And I'm just like, I don't feel the same as anyone. Artwork and being a fine artist, it's hard in a couple ways, but it's easier than a lot of people think. Because at first I was really nervous to put out my art in like this type of capacity. I started out doing clothing, but I realized how annoying that is because people ask you to do so much like custom stuff. Can you paint my shoes with a Mickey Mouse and a... I'd be like, oh my God, like that's not what I want to do at all when I go home. Like, I want it to be fluid. I want it to be something I want to do. So I took it upon myself to kind of just go to the fine arts route so that I can just kind of put out art that I wanted to put out. I jumped into fine arts mainly because 2017 was a pretty hectic year for me. It was a year of realization of myself, mainly because I was living my life very loaded in the sense of always being drunk, always being high everywhere I went. I didn't realize what anxiety was until 2017. I didn't realize what depression was until 2017. I didn't realize what sadness was and suicide was until 2017. That's a year of reflection. I reflected on myself. And what came out of that was a lot of fine art. That was very scary. Like, a lot of my art is a little bit weird. And like, you'll see lips, you'll see teeth, you'll see all these things which all signify and represent something. I'm working on a lot of things right now. I'm actually just trying to get a couple commissions out of the way so I can focus on my stuff that I'm trying to do. So Aside from commissions, I do like logos and stuff like that for people. But I'm also venturing into music again, which is something I did in high school as a joke. That whole Our Future collective was just like kids that I felt like were like me, and I was like, yes, finally I found people that were like me. Like, this is great, because I feel like I could connect with people, and I also want to just be an influence to anyone that feels like me. I just had my first solo art show, which was entitled Creatively Destroyed. And for that one night, I expected about 50 people, and roughly 80 to 90 people showed up. And at the end of the night, my profit was close to $3,000. I had media come and like write a story about it. So that was really big to me because I did it all myself. I financed everything and I did all the art myself. And a lot of family came too, which I was really happy about because I haven't seen my auntie in a long time, so I was happy about that. I was happy that I could also open up to a lot of people, like in front of them, not behind the screen, so that was dope to me too. Also, I think just finally taking my mental health seriously is an accomplishment of mine, because I put it on the back burner for a lot of years, and I didn't realize how important it is to take care of yourself until I needed to, and there was no other choice, because I think when people, all right, let me not say people, when I was starting to treat people that I loved in the wrong way, and I realized it had nothing to do with them, it had more to do with me. I was just like, I need to just figure out what's going on within my body, within my family, and just different things so that I can feel, okay. Well, what somebody told me was, don't pour yourself out before you fill yourself back up. Like, it's like a car. Like, you can't be running on E when everybody else is getting what they want. So taking care of yourself is very important in every way, shape, and form, from your hygiene to what you put inside your body, to what you speak on into the world, and to also what you allow to happen to yourself.